With profound humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace.
Part 4 of 4.
Etc.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Heaven, Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The second thing is your mind. You hate somebody, you want to destroy somebody, cancer cells grow. You want to be compassionate, you want to love everyone, cancer cell dies.
Please stay with us to enjoy this illuminating congress.
The labels that say humanely raised and humanely certified mean nothing. 99.9% of the animals in the food system are factory farmed, which means there is no level of humane treatment. Elizabeth Alfano, vegan.
Today's program will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic, Aulacese, also known as Vietnamese, Chinese, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Korean, Mongolian, Persian, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, Thai, and Ukrainian or Uranian. Sizi Salam Layram, vibrant viewers, I just said greetings to you in Azerbaijani. I am Aysima. The amicable Azerbaijanis appreciate all the kind and considerate actions you do to help people and our animal friends, especially your commitment to the compassionate vegan lifestyle. The Azerbaijan Democratic Republic is a beautiful country located in southwestern Asia. Rising in the north are the great Caucasus Mountains with their snow-capped peaks, alpine lakes, tundra, and forests. In the nation's center, the Kura River flows through the large lowland. Azerbaijan also hosts UNESCO-listed sites such as the medieval old city in the capital Baku and Gobastan Reserve with its thousands of prehistoric rock art pieces. To preserve the environment, the government sponsors large-scale tree planting as well as the eco-corridors in the southern Caucasus region, a program that links protected land across Azerbaijan, Georgia, and Armenia. Azerbaijani youth are also part of environmental groups like EcoFront. Their enthusiastic efforts have brought success and expanded involvement in projects that restore nature and preserve wildlife. Today's Azerbaijan is a harmonious blend of traditional culture and modern life. As both a democratic and secular Muslim country, its citizens proudly value their multiculturalism and tolerance for all beliefs. Time-honored music styles like Mugam are still performed across the land. At the same time, The capital city, Baku, is graced with buildings like the Heydar Aliyev Cultural Center, whose curved design symbolizes the connection of past and present. In December 2010, the first ever Middle East Vegetarian Congress was held at the Dubai International Exhibition Center, with the public invited to engage in an interactive exploration of the plant-based lifestyle. Organized by the Middle East Veg Group, or MEVEG, supported by the Middle East Natural and Organic Product Expo 2010, and endorsed by the Dubai Health Authority of the United Arab Emirates, the event provided 2 days of seminars, workshops, and video telecasts with experts from around the world, along with rejuvenating veg cuisine. In addition, Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, was specially invited to speak via live video link on being a vegan and environmentally sustainable food choice, followed by a question and answer session with attendees, and the launch of the Arabic edition of the international best-selling book The Birds in My Life, which was already sold out pre-launch. The Birds in My Life was printed by United Printing and Publishing, a subsidiary of Abu Dhabi Media Company, or ADMC, owned by the government of Abu Dhabi.
Be veg, go green to save the planet. Yo!
We now invite you to join us for part 19 of the conference titled The First Middle East Vegetarian, or MEVEG Congress, held in the city of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates on December 7, 2010, with Dr. B.M. Hegde, MD, vegetarian, who explains how enthusiasm for compassion and work can keep our bodies healthy.
We are going to get some new delegates, and some of the senior school children are also going to be here, because we decided yesterday that the future of this universe, of this world, actually depends on how we can change the habits of the children. So I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun today as well. Yesterday we talked about food and health and the environment. But today now we are going to be talking more about the different organic products, and from beauty is within, and a lot of interesting topics for everybody. So I welcome you all. Thank you for yesterday. You were just great audiences, lovely, lovely delegates, and we all had a lot of fun together. This morning, I was having a conversation with my children. They are not vegetarians, by the way. So I've been taking tips of how to convert them. My son especially, he was sharing with me that when he went to Africa on his school trip, there's a carnivore restaurant there. And he was saying, "Oh, Mom, there are more varieties of meat over there." And I was saying, "Yes, honey, there are, but there's always a choice that we make." But the funny part is, you know why we don't choose healthy lifestyles? Because we are in a comfort zone. You know what a comfort zone is, right? Something that makes us so comfortable that if I'm comfortable at this part of the stage, just going here is going to say, forget it. I'm not going to, go there, because I'm very comfortable at this particular place that I am. But the only way we make progress is when we step out of our comfort zones. Things that make us feel comfortable are not going to help us in our progress. Welcome, students. A pleasure to have you all here. Find your seat. Excellent. So we'll start off with the keynote speech from Dr. Hegde. And yesterday he gave us a bit of sneak preview about what interesting research he has to share with all of us. So let's welcome Dr. Hegde for his keynote.
Good morning, everyone, especially the future generation who are here. Because I was worried that there's hardly anyone listening to the talk, but I have a very receptive young minds here. I'm not confining myself to food, vegetarian or otherwise. I'm confining myself to the whole human being, girls and boys included in that. Is that right? How do we survive on this planet? Why do we get ill? And why should we become sick? And how to avoid all that? So I've been working on this for the last half a century, to be very precise. Little over that. Ever since I joined the medical school way back in 1956, I've been worrying about this human being. We teach students a lot of things in the medical school, but we don't really teach them the right things because whole of medical education is based on the industry. You will be surprised. Medical textbooks are written, ghost written by the industry, and then some professor's name is lent for, of course, a price. And then you say so-and-so's book and so-and-so's book. So what we learn in medical school is completely not the real truth. I'm going to tell you something very quickly about this whole gamut, which takes a lot of time, but I'll make it a little short. I must show you this gentleman's photograph. He is one of the greatest inspirations for me. He has just died at the age of 87, so may his soul rest in peace. That's why I put his photograph. This is the father of nanotechnology, nanoscience in the world. Way back in 1954, he published a paper in one of the most prestigious journals called Nature on sol gel technique, how to extract nanoparticles. When was this? 54. This paper is cited 68,000 times, and even today, scientists extract nanoparticles with that. But that's not important. That's not what I'm concerned about. He was nominated to the Nobel 21 times. His name is Rustum Roy, and he is the one who came into medicine from chemistry and material sciences and showed doctors that you are barking up the wrong tree. That's why I venerate him, and he was an inspiration for all of us. Now, young girls here, health is not having a disease. All of us, if we go for a checkup today, including the children, if we went for a checkup, and if there is a method to detect a cancer cell on the first day of its birth, we have not one cancer, but several cancers growing in us. I'll give you an inkling into it. What is a cancer? Human body has billions and billions of cells. Do you know how many cells there are in the human body? Any idea? 10 to the power 14, 100,000 billion cells. And each one of them has a lifespan. You are not the same person that you were 3 months ago. Your bones are new. And you are not what you were yesterday. That's why the English poet so beautifully wrote, no man can get into the same river twice. Because you get into the river now, and then you get out, the water has flown down. And you have changed. Billions of cells have become new. But this dying of a cell at the prescribed time is called apoptosis. A-P-O-P-T-O-S-I-S, which in Greek means falling of a brown leaf. Now, every cell is given a message. You die on that day. Some cells miss the message. Because there are billions of cells and the message is missed, the cell outlives. If the cell outlives for one day, it becomes a rogue cell. And that is the beginning of a cancer. And all of us have that. So you can't say, I'm healthy because I don't have a disease. All of us have disease. That's not important because all those cancer cells die a natural death. You don't require treatment at all. There are two requirements for that. One is your food. Remember that. If you overeat and go to these various shops with the junk food, your cancer gets helped. The second thing is your mind. You hate somebody, you want to destroy somebody, cancer cells grow. You want to be compassionate, you want to love everyone, cancer cell dies. This girl is agreeing. She's nodding this way. That's very good. That means she's listening. Very, very interesting. So, there are so many cancer cells. What is health then? Enthusiasm to work. Get up in the morning and the first thing you ask is, do I want to go to school? Do I want to go to the office? Do I want to work? And if the answer is yes, you're very healthy. You can have a serious disease and still be healthy. Have you heard of Stephen Hawking? Steve is the professor of physics in Cambridge who had a peculiar disease 42 years ago, which is called amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. And if you read a textbook of medicine which tells you amyotrophic lateral sclerosis is a diagnosis of a death warrant. Patient should be dead within 6 months to 2 years after the diagnosis. 42 years, that man has defied this diagnosis and this definition. And he's still continuing, very productive, writes books, etc. Can't talk, can't eat, can't sit, can't do nothing, can't even lift his hand, can't even lift a finger. But he's very healthy because enthusiasm to work. Do you know when you have enthusiasm to work? When you love your work. Supposing you don't want to go to school, you are very unhealthy going to school. Don't go to school. A lot of children never went to school, but they still became very, very good. There was a man called Rabindranath Tagore. This man got the Nobel Prize in 1911 for English literature. That too, English poetry. But the man never went to school. The first class he went to school and he found the school was horrible. And he came and told his father, who was a wise man, Dad, I don't want to go to school. Can you believe that? This was way back in not even the last century, the 19th century, end of 19th century. The father said, okay, if you don't want to go to school, don't go to school. And this is a man who writes Gitanjali, a poem which is so good that was written in Bengali, but someone wrote to him, if you had written in English, you would have got the Nobel Prize. He said, that's all. He taught himself English. He didn't go to school. He taught himself and wrote it in English. 1911, he gets the Nobel Prize. So you have to be enthusiastic to work. Second thing is, you have to have enthusiasm for compassion. You should love this whole universe because we are interconnected. I'll show you very quickly how interconnected we are. Health is a state of perfect subatomic communication. This was a gentleman, Albert Popp, who in 1970 showed that every cell in the human body, the DNA, emits a light. And this light, if it is synchronous in the whole body, you are healthy. When there is dysynchronous in the whole body, you are unhealthy. Not only that, my light will probably vibrate with Shankar's light, if I like Shankar. And if I hate him, then there is disharmony and my health goes bad. Can you believe that? So we have now scientific proof to say that you have a beautiful system inside. I'll give you an example. A man gets a heart attack. Do you know what a heart attack is? A portion of the heart muscle dies. That's called cell death. As soon as those cells die, if you are still alive, which is very unlikely, because only 40% of people who get a heart attack survive to see the doctor, see the hospital, get bypass surgery done, etc. 60% die instantaneously, which is called electric death. Those who survive, do you know what happens? The surrounding cells feel bad. Oh my God, my friend has died. What do I do? So they slip out and go and occupy the place of the cell death. The second stage is called cell slipping. First, what is the first stage? Cell death. Cells die. Then cells slip. When the cell slips, there is a concrete holding the cell, just like a wall with a brick. And the concrete says, where has my cell gone? So immediately it says, oh, cell must have gone to help somebody. Let me also help. So it produces a lot of concrete. So you don't have to have a machine to produce concrete. Your own body produces concrete, which is called fiber. So fibroblastic proliferation occurs. The third stage. The first stage is cell death. Second stage is cell slipping. The third stage is fibroblastic proliferation. So you get a very good scar now. The cells are replaced by normal new cells, and then you got nice cement to concrete them. And the cells at the periphery of the heart, which can't slip and come, say, my God, my friend has died. A lot of them have gone to help. I have not done nothing. Let me do something. So they become stronger. It's called hypertrophy. So 4 things happen: cell death, cell slipping, fibroblastic proliferation, and hypertrophy. You get a very good reformed heart, which is called remodeling of the heart. Now, supposing you get a heart attack and you come to me in the hospital, do you know what I do? I first see you and then your pulse is fast. So I say, okay, the heart is excited. I'll cool it down. I'll give you a beta blocker. It doesn't come down, I'll give you an ACE inhibitor. What am I doing? I am blocking that beautiful system inside the human body, which is called the autonomic nervous system, which is our insurance in any emergency, and blocking it off so that when you go to the hospital, the scar that you get, if you survive, is very weak. That's why it bulges after some time. You get an aneurysm. You die after some time because of sudden death. You get arrhythmias after some time. All this happens if you are interfered with in the hospital. If you didn't know and if you didn't go to the hospital at all, you're very strong. When I was in the Harvard, we used to get the hearts of people, Polynesian Islanders who died after the age of 100. And we used to see these hearts. Not one heart attack scar, 7, 8 heart attack scars. Nobody had done nothing and he survived and he lived as long as he lived. So that's the beauty of the human intelligence. Human beings are built to last as long as you live. But today, we have changed the atmosphere completely. We started eating all kinds of animals. We're all polluted the whole area. We have chemicals in everything that you eat, water you drink, the milk you take, everything has chemicals. So, you get diseases. Otherwise, you should not get disease. So why are we suffering? Situations have changed drastically. Diseases are not unusual these days. And the most important thing is the immune system. It is a handyman which keeps you alive, has been knocked down by our modern lifestyle. This is the handyman. You have the immune system literally everywhere, but the headquarters of the immune system is between your mouth and your anus. And the people who keep them alive, remember that, I'm stressing this point, the people who keep your immune system alive are the germs between your mouth and anus. In the good old days, we used to live in villages with the mud in the hand. We got all kinds of germs, and they were all there. And you see those worms inside. Have you seen, any one of you seen those long worms? The long worms, they're like snakes. They're a blessing in disguise. If you had those when you were a child, your immune system is so strong. But today, what have I done? I saw the glass in my room in this hotel. It has been sterilized, gamma irradiated, put in a plastic bag, sealed. Now, it can't have any germ at all. Recently in England, they had what's called viral appendicitis in school children. Because the atmosphere is so clean. The toilets are irradiated. The glass is irradiated. The food is irradiated. So much so, you're no touch with the germs at all. And that's where you get into problems. Your handyman suffers. Now, how do you know you're well? The best definition is in Ayurveda. Samadhatuhu. I'll read that. You eat well. You have appetite. You sleep well. You get good sleep. And you have enthusiasm to work. And you don't hate nobody. You're very healthy. You get up in the morning and say, do I have all this? You are very healthy. That's the sign. So you don't have to go to a doctor. You can know it yourself. This was the first textbook of medicine written in 1733. Those days, there were no industries to influence the doctors. And this was the first professor of medicine in Vienna. His name is Charles Schasmitz in 1773. He wrote a beautiful book where he says, most diseases can be changed by these three things, which is true even today. Change of mode of living. That's the essence of this conference, change of mode of living. True. Tranquility of mind. Medicine is tranquility of mind.
If you love peace, choose vegan. If you love war, hell will choose you.
Eco-conscious viewers, we appreciate your presence today for the first Middle East Vegetarian or MEVEG Congress on Words of Wisdom. Please join us tomorrow for part 20 of this inspiring conference. Coming up next is The Courageous and Faithful Ukrainians or Uranians, part 1 of 2, right after noteworthy news. May divine love be a comfort and inspiration always.
Be vegan. Make peace. Do good deeds. Hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Τα προγράμματά μας προσφέρονται σε πολλές γλώσσες. Παρακαλούμε δείτε suprememastertv.com/schedule και suprememastertv.com/WOW.